Level 1. Compliance Intern. You are 21. You are paid $21 an hour. You found the internship on LinkedIn. The job description said you would learn about regulatory frameworks and risk management, and helping organizations do the right thing. You like the sound of doing the right thing. You accepted. The company is a mid-sized financial services firm, 1,800 employees. Your manager hands you a stack of policy documents on your first morning and asks you to check them against an updated regulatory bulletin. The stack is 4 inches thick. You start at the top. You finish on Thursday. Nobody asks you what you found. You shadow a compliance analyst during a routine audit. You sit in the corner with a notepad. The business team answers every question carefully, the way people answer questions when they know someone is watching. You notice this. You write it down. Your manager says good instinct. She does not say what happens when nobody is watching. At the end of 10 weeks, they offer you a full-time analyst role after graduation. $65,000. Benefits start day 1. You tell everyone you are going into compliance. Most of them ask what that is. You explain it. They nod. They do not fully understand. You will spend the next 20 years explaining it. The offer is real. Everything else about this job is still theoretical. Level 2. Compliance Analyst. You are 22. Your salary is $65,000. Your take-home after tax and 401k is about $3,900 a month. In New York, that is an apartment with a roommate and a budget that requires attention. The internship was an audition. This is the job. Your job is monitoring. You review transactions. You run reports. You flag exceptions. You send the flags to your manager. Your manager reviews them. Most of them go nowhere. Some of them go to a second review. A very small number of them go somewhere after that. You do not always find out where. You complete your first regulatory training certification. It takes 14 hours spread across 4 weeks. There is a test at the end. You pass with a 94. Nobody mentions it. A trader submits an expense report with a client dinner that happened the same night the client's account logged an unusual options position. You flag it. Your manager says, "Good catch." She takes it from there. 3 weeks later, you notice the trader is still at his desk. You do not ask what happened. You learn not to ask what happened. You go home at 6 p.m. You think about the trader for about 15 minutes on the subway. Then you stop. That is the skill nobody teaches you. It just develops. Level 3. Compliance Officer. You are 26. Your salary is $95,000. Your take-home is around $5,600 a month. You stop having a roommate. You start having a savings account. Both of these things feel significant for about 3 weeks. The title changed. The job became saying no. You are assigned to a business line now. A team of 60 salespeople who move fast and believe that compliance is something that happens to other people. Your job is to be the other people. You review their marketing materials before they go out. You sit in on product launches. You are the last signature before anything client-facing leaves the building. They resent this. Not personally, professionally. You are the friction in their process. And friction costs time and time costs money. And money is the only metric that matters on their floor. A sales director tells you in a hallway conversation that you are slowing the team down. You say you understand. You do not change the timeline. He escalates to your manager. Your manager backs you. This time, you catch a material error in a client disclosure document 2 hours before it was scheduled to go out. You send it back with corrections. The business team is furious. The document goes out the next morning corrected. Nobody thanks you. Nothing went wrong. In compliance, nothing going wrong is the whole job. There is no applause for it. Your friends ask what you do at work. You try to explain. They change the subject. Level 4. Senior Compliance Officer. You are 30. Your salary is $130,000 plus a $15,000 bonus. Your take-home after tax is about $7,600 a month. The number finally feels proportional to the work. It only took 8 years. You own a regulatory relationship now. The SEC, FINRA, CFPB. whichever one has jurisdiction over your business line. They call with questions. You answer them. You are 30 years old, and you are the person a federal regulator calls when they want to understand what your company is doing. You take the calls at your desk. You take them calmly. You do not always feel calm. A new product is being developed. It is a good product. It is also a product that sits in a regulatory gray area, wide enough to drive a truck through. You write a memo outlining the risk. 4 pages. You walk through every applicable rule. Your conclusion is that the product needs to be restructured before launch, or the firm's exposure is significant. The business team reviews the memo. They send back 2 paragraphs asking you to reconsider. You do not reconsider. They launch a version of the product anyway, modified enough that they can argue it addressed your concerns. It did not fully address your concerns. You document that. You file it. A legal recruiter calls. In-house counsel role at a tech company, $155,000. Fewer regulations, cleaner lines. Nobody trying to sell a gray area product over your written objection. You listen to the whole pitch. You say you need to think about it. You think about it for 4 days. You do not take the call back. You tell yourself the work here matters more. That is true. It is not the only reason. Level 5, Compliance Manager. You are 34. Your salary is $160,000, plus a $20,000 bonus. Your take-home is around $9,200 a month. You buy furniture that is not from a box. You do not think about this as an achievement. That is the achievement. You manage 4 analysts now. One of them is sharp, sharper than you were at her level. Her name is Priya. She flags everything. She writes meticulous reports. She believes the reports will change behavior. You were her 7 years ago. You do not tell her yet what the reports actually change. You run your first regulatory examination. The examiners are in the building for 3 weeks. You prepare for 6 months. Binders, evidence packages, walkthrough documents, a detailed narrative of every process, every control, every exception, and how it was resolved. You sit across a conference table from 4 examiners for 8 days straight and answer every question they have. At the end, they issue a finding. 1 finding. Minor. Corrective action required within 90 days. Your managing director calls it a win. You correct the issue in 45 days. Nobody mentions it again. A senior VP pushes back on a new anti-money laundering requirement. He says it will cost his team 3 hours a week per analyst. He says the risk is theoretical. You tell him the risk is not theoretical. You show him 3 enforcement actions from the past 18 months at competitor firms. He looks at the documents. He implements the requirement. He does not thank you. You did not expect him to. You stopped expecting thank you somewhere around year 4. Level 6, Head of Compliance. You are 39. Your salary is $240,000. Total compensation with bonus lands around $300,000. Your take-home after tax is about $12,500 a month. The number is real. What it costs to get here is also real. You report directly to the general counsel now. Your team is 8 people. You are in every material business decision before it becomes material. Acquisitions, new market entries, product lines that push the boundary of what the regulation currently says and what it is likely to say in 18 months when the regulators catch up. You know about a problem in the trading desk 3 weeks before it becomes a formal investigation. You escalate immediately. You document the escalation. You recommend a voluntary disclosure to the regulator. The general counsel wants to wait and assess. You push. The CEO wants to know the exposure number before deciding. You give him the number. It is not a small number. He authorizes the disclosure. The voluntary disclosure reduces the fine by 40%. The firm is mentioned in a regulatory press release as demonstrating a culture of compliance. Your name is not in the press release. You are not surprised. You were never in the press release. The press release is not why you did it. A fintech startup reaches out. Chief Compliance Officer role. Equity. Ground floor. $310,000 base. You take the call. You have a good conversation. You ask about board support for compliance infrastructure. There is a pause before the answer. The pause tells you everything. You do not take the second call. You are not sure if you stayed because the work is important or because you have been doing this for so long that the work is who you are. You have stopped asking. The answer does not change anything. Level 7, Chief Compliance Officer. You are 45. Your base salary is $380,000. Total compensation with bonus is $420,000. Your take-home after tax is around $18,500 a month on base alone. More when the bonus clears in March. The number stopped feeling large somewhere around year 2 at this level. Above a certain point, it just becomes a score. You own this now. The entire compliance program. Every policy, every control, every gap between what the regulation requires and what the business actually does. The gap is where you live. It is always there. The job is not to eliminate it. The job is to know exactly how wide it is at every moment, and to make sure the right people know too. You sit on the executive committee when a business line wants to move quickly on something that has regulatory exposure. They call you before they call anyone else. That took 12 years. You use it. A senior trader has been structuring transactions in a pattern that does not technically violate any single rule, but which, taken together over 6 months, looks like something a regulator would be very interested in. You bring it to the CEO with a recommendation to self-report and terminate. The CEO asks if you are certain. You show him the pattern. You are certain. The trader is gone by Friday. The self-report goes out Monday. The regulator acknowledges receipt. You wait. Your phone rings on a Tuesday night at 9 p.m. You are at your daughter's school play. She is in the second act. It is the general counsel. There is a new development in a separate matter, and he needs your read before the morning. You step into the hallway. You talk for 22 minutes. You go back in. The third act has started. Your daughter sees you from the stage. You wave. She keeps performing. She has learned not to expect you before intermission. The regulator concludes its review 8 months later. No action. The program is cited as a model. You get an email from the CEO that says, "Well done." 2 words. This is the job. The 21-year-old who read policy documents in the corner could not have known what that would eventually require. The rules are still there. The part about believing in them is something you check on quietly every few years to make sure it is still intact. It is, mostly. That has to be enough. The rotation. Right now, a senior at a business school is applying for a compliance internship at a financial services firm. She has a 3.8 GPA. She wrote in her cover letter that she wants to help organizations operate with integrity. She means it completely. She will get the offer. She will read the policy documents. She will flag the thing nobody asked her to flag. Her manager will say good instinct and take it from there. She will not find out what happened. She will learn not to ask. By year 3, she will not need to ask. The program does not stop. It just finds someone new who still believes the reports will change things.